Scorpio Ophiuchus, welcome to your May of 2019 Sidereal Astrology forecast. All right, so in this video, we're going to talk about all of the important events that I feel like are going to take place for your signs. Now, if you do look down here at the chart here, you will notice that we are using the actual size of the constellations. So this does change the signs from mainstream astrology. So if you are new to the channel, definitely check out the link down below for more information on this because, yeah, your signs change and you want to make sure you're watching this for the right video. All right, so let's go and take a look at this right at the beginning of May on May 4th and 5th. We do have a new moon. So things get started right at the beginning of the month in regards to new beginnings. And these new beginnings are going to be in your 6th house of your day-to-day. Essentially, the 6th house is about anything we do on a day-to-day basis. It could be our work, our job. It could be about our routines, particularly if it has to do with health or diet. Anything on that sort of building towards improvement and refinement of things on a daily basis is what this new beginning is about. So sit with the energy. It is the lowest part of the lunar cycle. It does take time for a lot of this to build some momentum. But if there is any intentions you do want to set around this time regarding these matters, could be great with this new moon. So along with this, Mars is going to be opposite up to Jupiter on the 4th and 5th. And this is important because Mars is your traditional ruler. And he's been in your 7th house of relating. So as was the case last month, this first half of the month is going to be really good for still putting energy and motivation and drive into the relating sphere. So this could be, of course, any types of relationships, whether it's romantic or even business or family relationships, whatever it is. When you're relating with others, there is this sense of directness, drive, and energy that can be put into the area. So still fantastic to do that. Now, on that same token, Jupiter has been in your signs this year. And so this has to do with expanding things like your independence and your needs. It's very much the concentration on self, which is great. So with this opposition, it is about incorporating both. Anything around the 4th and 5th that you can bring a balance with regarding your relationship needs and your own personal needs, I think is great. And then also maybe, your partner's needs and your needs, right? Or relationships and independence, right? This kind of balance I think can be great. And with this opposition, it can actually leave you feeling quite inspired, maybe quite open-minded, a bit free-spirited. And again, there could be opportunities in this sort of area. So on the 8th, we do have Mercury. He's going to go over Uranus. And this is going to be in that 6th house again. And so there's just another step in the right direction here involving this day-to-day stuff. Now, this is important, though, because last month, Uranus came in here and is now going to stay in here for the next 5 years, which means moving forward, it's great to be really innovating your day-to-day, disrupting it, experimenting with it, listening to your excitement about it, bringing in more freedom about it. Again, this could be about your work or your job or about personal development, okay, anything on that level. So Mercury over Uranus is going to give you just another step in the right direction. There could be some new ideas. You might be thinking about things outside the box here with this area and maybe even some new opportunities or things that, again, are going to help you develop more of that freedom with your day-to-day and that sort of freedom with maybe your work or job or whatever it is that's mixing things up here. All right, and then on the 15th, we have some sign changes. So mid-month, we have some sign changes. One is going to be the sun going into that 7th house of relationships. So that's just going to continue to put a focus there on that area. But I think it'll be particularly highlighted the second half of the month, where I just think more of your focus and attention is going to be on that relating department. Now, at that same time, mid-month, Mars, your traditional ruler, goes into your 8th house. And this is your house. So it's the area you're naturally comfortable with. And this is the area that has to do with truth. And so what'll likely happen second half of May into June is that you'll be very driven and motivated to really get to the bottom of the truth of things. So this can, of course, be about life, be a great time for research and covering hidden things, esoteric stuff, again, the deep truth being brought to light. You can be motivated towards that. But also personally as well, great time for things like psychology or healing or transformation. And then also in those relationships where I think there will be focus, I think it's also great to get deeper in those relationships. So a really good time of building trust in your deeper relationships. And then also maybe noticing themes around setting boundaries and then letting boundaries down, or walls come down in your more intimate relationships, but then setting boundaries in other situations, or even in your intimate relationships. Of course, we also need boundaries. So this kind of self-empowerment, essentially, from the deep truth, from transformation, and from this sort of connecting to our relationships on a deeper level, will likely be the theme very strongly mid-month onward. All right, and then on the 18th, we have Venus then passing over Uranus. And so this is going to be completing all of the fast movers from your 5th house from last month. So if in April, if you did notice some themes regarding your self-expression, or themes around anything that you're passionate about, this is all finalizing this month in steps, and the last sort of finalization will be from about the 16th to the 18th once Venus leaves there. Now, where Venus is going to go is on that day-to-day routine area. So great to enjoy it. In fact, it'll only be Venus here from the 18th onward. And so this could be enjoying the routine, enjoying the work, again, maybe relationships, partnerships, things like that being formed through the work or your job, something like that. And with Uranus, there could be something new and different and unique and exciting. Again, maybe it's new relationship energy. Now, this could be new relationships for some of you, but also newness in your existing relationships. And again, we're talking about all kinds of relationships, right? So this could be business or at work or whatever it is. But it's different, it's unique, and it's great to follow your excitement with that. And again, just kind of think outside the box when it comes to what you value, what you enjoy, and how you relate. And I think you'll just find that's an awesome new beginning with those things. So also on the 18th, we do have a full moon. And this is going to be in your 12th house of behind the scenes activities. So if about 6 months ago, it's hard to really pinpoint this kind of a house, but if you did notice about 6 months ago, if there was anything new that started regarding spirituality or regarding creativity or solitude or rest or meditation, anything in the more etheric realms, this is now going to be the high point of this, perhaps a harvest of whatever new started around that time. So around the 18th, do a status check. How is your spirituality? How is your rest? How is your solitude and tranquil time and peace in your life? And I think from whatever that awareness is, that's going to help you then shift direction with it, move forward for the remaining 6 months of the development of that area. All right, and then the last thing here this month that I feel like is important is Mercury passing over the Sun. And this is going to be in that 7th house of relationships. So another step in the right direction here. But around the 21st, there maybe might be some more communication. You might be quite expressive in those relationships. There might be some new ideas regarding something on that level with Mercury. So again, just great to continue to focus on that. And this is really just setting the foundations for what will be the new beginnings in this sector next month. So in June, you're going to have a new moon in your 7th house of relationships, and that's where there'll be a lot of subtle new beginnings starting at that time. All right, so Scorpio and Ophiuchus, have a fantastic May. Thank you for watching. Be sure to click that like button if you found this video helpful, and I will see you all next time for the next video. Take care.